Hey everybody. Well, the old 4320 here sure did a great job yesterday, picking up all them bales and everything. However, this thing, oh, am I unhappy. So, yeah, the hydraulic pump is gone. And I don't just mean worn out and having problems, I mean it basically exploded. Um, yeah, like I say, I'm not thrilled. And with the cost of getting it replaced, I don't think I'm going to do it. I kind of regret selling our other one now, since I could have snagged the pump off of that at least. But too late for that. It's already gone. Um, as I'm sure you figured out by where this is sitting, I did sell the Massey self-propelled sprayer, and we got a fairly good amount of money for that. So we're doing all right now. Yeah. And now it's this turn's thing to go. I made some calls yesterday to find out about getting parts to repair it. I can get an aftermarket pump. It's way more expensive than I want it to be. I can find some used pumps, but who knows what kind of condition they're in. And to get them rebuilt, I don't have the skill to do that myself right now. I suppose I could learn, but it takes time that I may or may not have. So, yeah, I think I'm going to sell this one too. It's really not that much more horsepower than the 4320. Um, and the Alice Chalmers is not far behind that. For that matter, neither is the 4020. So we have a pretty good set of tractors as long as we don't try to do anything too extreme. So, yeah, I think she's going to go. I may look to replace her with another tractor of similar horsepower. It would be nice to have one that's a little higher, actually, because this, like I say, isn't that much higher than the 4320. So if I'm going to replace it, kind of thinking I should go something that's higher than this by enough that it actually matters over the 4320. Um, anyway, just keeping you guys updated on the situation. I'm going to go and do some paperwork, and then we're going to get on today's work. Because, yes, we again have work. I don't know if the quality of our work is coming back around in a good karma kind of way, or if people are just desperate. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. And paperwork is done, and we have arrived at our contract. We will be doing what we're good at. Oops. I bet it helps if I hook everything up, doesn't it? Alright, let's try that again. It's been a busy morning already. I did, however, see something pretty awesome on the drive up here. In fact, it's basically right here. Also, we are doing two fields. This is the larger of the two. And we're going to be baling it up for silage. And then taking it to drop it off once it is fermented. But yeah, I saw a pretty cool for sale sign on my way over here. So I'll have to show you guys that when we head out for the other field. Alright, for now, you guys know the drill. It's time for the drone. figured I better grab this little strip that I missed on my way out. I was trying out a new toy, I guess you would call it. It's a GPS, but it's not one of those fancy, expensive auto steering ones. It's just a here's your line, and we're showing you what you're doing versus the line so that you can more easily steer a straight line manually. Unfortunately, I was getting a little carried away a few times because well, I forget this thing likes to spin out when you try and go too fast around corners. It's not a good time. Alright, so we are here. Let me engage that tool. Alright. So we are here. And there's the place I was talking about, literally. There's some old farm equipment there. What caught my eye was that old beat up cab over right there. She's in pretty rough shape, but it's got a for sale sign in the window. The guy wasn't home. He's home now. He wasn't home when I came past on my way up here, but he is home now. So after we are done in this field, we'll be going to have some words with that guy. Of course, this end of the field, at least that little corner right there, wasn't very conducive to turning around, was it? Let's take a little bit off. And then we'll put ourselves back on our automatic steering and go from there. Oh yeah, and I'll probably put you guys back up on the drone too once I line up for this next run. Alright. Talk to you guys when we're done with our mowing and go over to visit. Well, that wasn't very pleasant. I'm sure you guys noticed the crazy wild jerk steering there at the end. Well, near the end, when I was on that last little bonus row. Well, I got stung by a bee. Wasn't very pleasant. Can I fit into his gate? No, I cannot. Alright, well, we'll just leave it parked over here in the field. And I will walk over to talk to the gentleman. Oop. Not going to leave the old girl running, though. She's not a super thirsty girl, but thirsty enough. And diesel fuel is not cheap. Alrighty. So I'm going to knock on and find out what's the story, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Well, he told us to go and have a look around. He said pretty much everything's for sale. Um, he also said normally he has a lot more stuff here, but he recently shipped a bunch of stuff that had been stripped to parts off for, well, for scrap, really. Oh, that is, the interior is phenomenally sharp. Look at that. The exterior is rough, but wow. You hardly ever see those steering wheels without cracks in them. I guess we just need to climb aboard. Heck yeah. Wow. That is, wow. Very nice, very clean. Does she start? That's what we all want to know, right? Oh, first try. First try. Wow. All right. Color me interested. Little paint, new fender, new mud flap, and straighten out those flap hangers. I mean, heck yeah. All right. That's an old cat. And one of the ways you know it's old is it's not yellow. It's painted in Matterhorn white. So it is probably the original engine, which jives with what he said. He did say it was the original engine, but it had been rebuilt at least twice that he knows of. Big forge box there. We don't really have a use for that. Oliver cultivator, that could be interesting. We could use a fourth gravity wagon. Always use more transportation and storage. Ah, very similar to ours. It's 4400. Ours is if I remember right, it's a 7700, so newer. But they'll have a lot of parts in common. Newer and a little bit bigger. Old tanker here. Looks like an international. She's pretty rough. Yeah. That trailer right there looks almost brand spanking new. Okay, maybe not. Not up close. Another old cab over. We can climb up in this girl too. I hear the train. Alright, she didn't start quite as easy, but she's also a lot rougher inside. Looks like somebody sprayed mud all over the inside somehow. Steering wheel's brand new though. That's gotta be a replacement. There's no way that's the original. I'd say the other one's probably a replacement too. Alright, enough drooling though. Well, that looks familiar. Didn't we just see one of those over, yeah, we did. That one with triples on it when we went to the truck show over in Elma, Missouri there. And a little Massey. I don't need another small tractor though. These these giants over here are kind of interesting though. A couple of older internationals. I don't know much about these, so I'd have to do some research and look them up. But that's funny. That's almost the exact same cab. I'm guessing it's probably a Hinneker, just like ours is, as on the 4320 there. Yeah, so he says normally there's a lot more stuff here, that it's almost packed, but we just came at a time when he sent a bunch of stuff off for scrap. Ooh. Now that's a bigger girl right here. 3 hydraulic remotes, an electrical connection, PTO 3-point. Looks like a class 3 3-point there. So this is a higher model number than our 1855. This is a 2255. This has got to have more horsepower, just by common sense. Also the fact that it's got a big old 8-cylinder cat diesel. I mean, come on. I mean, she's dirty. She's dirty and she's rough. I got to talk to him again, find out how much he wants. I'm definitely interested in the truck, the gravity wagon. Maybe even that trailer right there. Seems to be in pretty good shape. Yeah. Definitely seems to be in pretty good shape. Has a rear hitch for towing the second one on a dolly. We'd have to find another one, but really we could. It's a pintle hitch, so we could hook up gravity wagons behind it. I mean, I don't really care. Kind of interested in that too. What do we have here? I kind of walked right past this without even seeing it. That is a forage chopper for corn. That would go really good with that forage box there. It's a really big forage box. Wow. Not used to seeing them that big. Uh, yeah. Depending on the prices, there's several pieces here I'd be interested in, and maybe he'll take our other Oliver off of us, since he deals in used equipment. I'm gonna go chat with him again. Nice little Massey Ferguson skid steer right there. We already have a nice skid steer though in that Bobcat that we got super lucky on. I like his old truck too. Old truck pulling an it's an old filthy truck pulling an almost brand new wagon there. Does it have air brakes? It does. He must have them caged to pull it with that thing. I hear a running tractor. It's not ours. I don't know what I'm hearing. Somebody around here is driving around on something. Sounds like an older diesel. All right, I'm gonna have another chat with him, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Wow. Wow. His prices are insane. Insanely cheap. I'm floored. Of course, on the flip side of that, he doesn't want to give us anything for the 1855, so I'm going to make other arrangements for that. I honestly think I really think that we will be able to sell the 1855 that we have, even with its damaged or destroyed hydraulic pump, for more than he wants for that 2255. 2255 is filthy. It is filthy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I've been meaning to buy a nice industrial pressure washer for a while now anyway. In fact, I've already ordered one. When I first jumped back up in the cab here, I got on my phone, hit the old interwebs, and put in an order. So it's on the way. I found a nice used one that suits me. It's a older one. Let's say that vintage. There we go. It's a nice vintage one. Suits the rest of our equipment pretty much. But it has videos of it working. Everything seems to be well in order. So I'm not too worried about it. They're also really easy to work on. Whew. He only wants 15,000. 15,000 for that tractor. And only another 12 for the Kenworth. $2,000 for the Oliver cultivator there. Yeah. 1,200 for the gravity wagon. The one thing he really wants too much for, in my opinion, is that trailer. I'm going to try to talk him down on that. The one that's sitting right next to the semi, because he wants 7 for that. I'm going to try to talk him down to 5. Now, between the other 1855's profits, whatever we're going to get off of this one, which is probably going to be right around the same amount. Yeah, the the hydraulic pump. Well, I guess it's power steering too, because it's used for both, I believe. I don't remember for sure, but the hydraulic pump's out on it anyway, and that's not great. But it's a 4-wheel drive. The other one was a 2-wheel drive. The 4-wheel drive is more desirable. So I think it's a better than even chance that we'll get about the same amount of money. And I've gotten rid of a few other things also. So yeah, I have confidence. I think I'm going to call it there for this one though. And we'll be back in a couple of days when I go back up to bale that. It's super damp right now. Too damp even for silage, so we're going to wait a couple days of it sitting on the ground and then go back up there with the baler and take care of business. It's supposed to be pretty windy the next 2 days, so 2 or 3 days we should be golden, and I'll make arrangements to do all that other stuff between now and then. I'd like to thank you all for watching. As always, I will see you on the next one. I'm really nervous about this crossing. I think I might grab my chainsaw and, without permission, trim a few of those branches off those trees, just to make it a little easier to see safely around there. Alright, I'm rambling on. I was trying to exit the video. Yeah, I already said thank you all for watching. What happened to my trailer? I'll see you guys on the next one.